Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning. Jonathan, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Frank, good morning to you too. So, Jody, how are you doing? How's things going with you? It's a little bit on the cool side this morning. It's 50 degrees here at 9 o'clock. I guess we can't stop that, but is what it is, right? Giggles, good morning. I know you're at work. Thanks for popping in. I know that David is busy this morning. Good morning, Jonathan. Everything's all taken care of. Hey, JDS. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Good, I hope. Yeah, boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. I know. I know. I know. You're a good boy. Yeah. Let me get your eye. That's good. I'm glad you're amazing. That's what's important in life. Got to deal with whatever you deal with, and you take care of the best you can take care of things, and kick back and enjoy life. It's like Boone here, right? There's times I complain about Boone, but I don't know what I'd do without him. He's my boy, aren't you? Aren't you my boy? Yes, you are my boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Yeah. JDS says, good morning, Boone. So cold out, he goes out and wants to come back in right away. Not a lot of ships movement on the lakes. There's let's see. The K Barker is coming down, and it should be within flight time in about half an hour, 45 minutes. K Barker is a nice ship. I had a little bit of problem with my zero turn when I was out on the front yard yesterday. Um, got most of the front yard done, and as I was coming back, all of a sudden it stalled, and I don't know. I've been doing some investigations. It's a Z225 from John Deere. It could be a fuel pump, and I'm not that good with messing around with it, but I'm going to try and diagnose it because a fuel pump I think is only about $15 or $18. Because what happened is I had my neighbor come over from across the street, and it would fire up when we put starting fluid into the carburetor. Would fire up and then just die. So I'm thinking it's the fuel pump. And there's a couple of videos showing how to replace the fuel pump and everything. So I'm gonna work on that. I noticed we've had a lot of tugboat traffic going up and down the river. Not bigger ships. I imagine now that we're into the middle of October, a lot of them are going to be withdrawing. Um, yeah, TJ came on here for a minute and said hello to everybody from work, I would imagine. I saw the Detroit Tigers lost their bid last night. It was a terrible game, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And Seattle finally beat them. I think it was 3-2. At one point in time, Detroit had the bases loaded and blew it. They don't have the best pitching staff, I don't think, but that's my opinion. TJ says he gets up at 4 in the morning, gets ready to go to work when he's opening. Here comes Justin. Good morning, Justin.
What's up, Paul?
Yeah, just another day in paradise. It's 50 degrees here, and Boone's been doing a little wandering. He went out, but he came in. He went out, did his business though. So, but then he came right back in again. So you know that he didn't like the cold either. How are you doing? What's going on with you? Anything?
What was that now?
I says, are you? How are you doing? What's going on with you?
Oh, I just got up. Hmm.
Sarah getting a little better every day.
Yeah, been moving around more and more.
That's good to hear. Well, you said, didn't she go shopping the other day?
Yeah, and then she went to her friend's vet office and actually helped her friend do surgery on an animal,
Oh, all right.
kind of dental surgery or something.
Give her something to do. Brenda, good
Yeah.
morning, Brenda. East Coast says it's 72 there with cloudy skies. Yeah, it's kind of a bright sunshine today. It's kind of almost a little hazy, but it's a bright sunshine and down by the water. Yeah, my zero turn died yesterday, Justin. I was telling everybody, and
What?
I think it's the fuel pump.
Why? What's it doing?
Well, I was mowing the front yard, and all of a sudden it just went. That was it.
It could be a multiple two of different things. It could be a fill pump, bad spark plug.
I went, but here's what we did. I went across and asked the neighbor if he knew anything. He came right over and kind of helped me a little bit. And we took the carburetor off and not the carburetor, took the air cleaner off and everything and sprayed quick start in there. And it went vroom, vroom. So I think it's the carburetor. And I can go get a carburetor, I think, or I can order one. They're about $15.
Yeah, I mean, if you knew somebody that could tear the one apart, they could probably just clean it. It's probably just plugged up.
Well, the
I'm gonna,
carburetor isn't the problem. It's the fuel pump. It's a little dinky fuel pump on the side of the motor that doesn't seem to be operating.
Dusty
Because
said, I would have.
when you spray quick start directly into the carburetor, it gives you a little vroom, you know.
Uh, yeah, but Does I would imagine the gas ain't that old because he uses it quite often.
Yeah, I use it regularly.
You don't store a bunch of gas in the garage anyway, do you?
No,
A little can whenever you go to the
yeah,
store.
5 gallon cans. Yeah. Well, I went online and there's a whole bunch of people talking about the Z225, which is a John Deere Z225. And I watched one before I came on here, showed how to replace the carburetor. And it's not a lot, it's not hard to take off, you just got to take and pinch off the little, uh,
Yeah, it's
with
probably just a few bolts.
pliers. Yeah.
But you're also guessing at this point too. Like I said, it could be 3 or 4 different things.
Yeah.
It could be a bad spark plug where it's not wanting to start up. Bad
Well, if it's got spark, it
fuel
wouldn't,
pump.
it
Could
wouldn't,
be
it wouldn't, it wouldn't just putting the quick start in there wouldn't make a difference.
right. I guess that would eliminate that. But then it could also be a bad carburetor, bad fuel pump.
Yeah, the fuel
Um,
pump is the easiest one for me to replace if I can replace it, but it's easiest for me to replace.
It depends on how expensive the parts are you're replacing. Like if each one of them is like 15, $20, and I'd just replace both of them. But
Yep. Yeah, the fuel pump that I found, I can order that online and I can get it within about 3 or 4 days. And that is $15, and that includes a new fuel filter. And I could, while I'm doing it, I could replace the spark plug, I'm sure.
I wouldn't worry about replacing that though.
No, not if it sparks, right?
Well, because that's something you could go to the parts store and get the same day. You don't need to order that online.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, like Jody said, unhook the fuel line and then crank it over and see if it's pumping gas out. That right there will tell you whether it's the fuel pump.
Yeah. That would tell you, wouldn't it?
It's either the fuel pump or the carbs clogged up.
Well, they said that one of the problems that they have with that, and it's a bigger deal, is that the head gasket cracks on the bottom, causes it to leak. But I'm not leaking oil. And so they said one of the things is that oil blows through. So East Coast said he can't get his weed eater to run faster. He tried putting Red Bull in it, but it didn't give it wings.
Yep.
That's funny.
So you gonna order that part then, or what?
Well, I'm going to make a decision here this afternoon. There's not any John Deere dealers right around me. I'd have to drive like 40 miles each direction.
Might as well just order it and
Yeah,
wait a few days.
yeah.
Your grass ain't gonna get so thick and long that
No,
fucking
it's
zero.
not. The grass is pretty much dying.
All
I
I'm
got,
saying is that zero turn will run through fucking 4 foot of grass. So.
yeah. But that would tell me a lot if I went out there and unhooked the fuel line to see if the fuel is pumping through the fuel pump.
Yep. Just try to crank it over a few times and see if anything comes out.
Yep.
It's probably either that or your carburetor's clogged up. So So it won't start at all, you're saying?
No, it just
Yeah,
turns over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
it's gotta be
But
one
when
of
we
those
take
two.
and we do that stuff you spray in,
Starter fluid?
starter fluid, yep. You spray that in the carburetor and it you know. So it in my mind it's not getting any fuel. So that would be the
That
fuel
sounds
pump.
grass in my area usually starts getting brown around, what is it, November time or
Yeah, well,
October?
we're middle October up here and it's starting to get brown. Like the grass out on the front boulevard, even though I mowed it, it's brown, reddish brown.
I think usually when it starts getting cold, that's when it dies off, unless you water it. Some people water their grass through the drier season because it doesn't rain much during the winter. What's up, Brenda?
Frank says he mows grass in November. Hi, there's
Yeah,
Giggles said good morning to Brenda. He's at work.
usually around October, November. So, I mean October. Yeah, in November time it starts getting a little cooler.
Well, the thing of it is I don't want to have somebody come and get it and haul it somewhere, because that's the local shop out in town here wants $125 to $150 to pick it up and bring it back after they repair it.
Oh yeah, they charge you a fee for towing it, pretty much. It's like towing a car.
Yep. And I used to have trailers, and I don't have trailer anymore, where I used to be able to put, zero turn on the trailer and take it out there, but I can't do that anymore because I don't have a trailer. I sold it. I sold all my stuff that I could sell that I didn't see as being useful. Just a minute, I'm gonna let Boone out. Just right back.
What's up, TJ? I don't know if I even said hi to anybody. Still waking up. What's up, Jonathan, JDF, TJ, Dusty, Jody, and Brenda? I hate electric lawnmowers, Dusty.
I have a small lawnmower that I haven't used in a couple of years, several years. It's a self-powered one, a
Oh,
gas-powered one.
self-propelled.
Yeah.
You're talking about the one where you squeeze the handle and the front wheel turns
Yep.
for you.
Yep. And the thing of it is that I'd have to walk around the yard and I don't walk that good.
I'm not doing much, TJ. Just chilling at the moment. It's cloudy here too as well. It's not like dark clouds, though. Kind of overcast. That's the thing is electric motors have the torque. Obviously, they always have more torque than a gas motor. But once they're just running, they just don't have the power to go through grass like a gas motor does.
Yeah, I muscled my zero turn with the help of my neighbor into my garage, and that's not where I usually keep it. I have an old hot tub room out in the back that's where I keep it in, but I forgot that there's a couple little levers down in the back on the inside that you flip it and it doesn't engage because we were pushing it and it was engaged, you know?
What you need to do, Paul? Hold on. So look at something real quick. See, you just need one of these robot Segway motors. Just put it out there, let it go to town.
See
You
the
don't have to
price of
do
that
anything.
baby? $1,299.
Ain't nothing but what people spend on a drone. To have self-automated lawn cutting, shit, that's worth it.
Well, the thing of it is I probably could get that much for the zero turn. Who manufactures that, Justin?
That was Segway.
Segway, huh?
Yeah.
Are they
There's a
pretty
bunch of
good?
I mean, I've seen a couple different brands that are high end ones like that that are around the, 1,000 to 1,500, and they seem to be pretty damn good. So, like, it will edge up the yard and everything. Like, it uses GPS, just same as your drone would. It uses GPS location, and
Okay.
it does like a robot vacuum does in your house. It will map out your house or map out your yard, so it knows exactly where the edges are and everything else. And you can put like no-go zones if you don't want it to go in a certain area. Like say you got a thing of flowers in the corner of your yard, you don't want it to touch it.
Well, it also has sensors on it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're pretty advanced. Like I said, they're just like the robot vacuums you do in your house, except for they cut your grass. It'll go
Wow.
park itself up
I
on
might
the
think I might think about that.
and it'll go park itself up on a base to charge itself when it's not doing it. You just set it to go like every 3, 4 days. Go out there and just do a quick trim. All you have to do is just empty it once in a while. That's it. I don't even think you have to do that. I don't think it picks up the grass.
I don't think it picks up the clippings, like an indoor one does. I think it just mows.
Well, like I said, if people are fans of the inside vacuum, like the robot vacuums, I mean, it's pretty much the same technology, just in your yard. Still electric motors, badass. I don't know. I've had a couple electric motors, Dusty, or lawnmowers, and I was not impressed with them.
Can you see that?
What? What website are you on?
Right here. This is on
It's
searching.
showing. No, you're showing YouTube. I'm just seeing your channel.
Yeah, see right there.
I can't see it, it's too small. Because I'm looking at your channel through a shared screen of your channel. So I can't see that. It's too tiny. DJ is going, so he buys that you're flying there to set it up. He needs one. I guess the TJ's auctioning off his mustache tomorrow for, I'm assuming, some charity or something.
Oh, really?
So whoever buys it, I guess he shaves it off. Somebody buys it. I wouldn't take him but a few weeks to grow that back though. Maybe a month at the most. What's it for, TJ? Like, is it like what is he auctioning for? Is I'm assuming some kind of charity. I'm gonna give us more information than that. Is it on his channel, or are you actually going somewhere for this? No, see, nobody gives a shit about your hot dog bun. Ask him how much I can pay for you to shave your balls on a live stream. I'm not gonna watch it, but I'll pay it. Is that Mark?
Best Buy has a lawnmower. See it?
Greenworks. I don't know that brand.
I never heard of it either. But it's got almost 4.5 stars.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I would do that one though, because that one has the boundary wire. You got to run wire around the edge of your
Oh, you
whole
do?
property. Yeah, the other ones, there's other ones that you don't have to do that.
Oh
See, that
yeah,
one's not.
I see all the stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah, that one doesn't use GPS. That's why it has to have that boundary wire. I actually watched a guy do a review on one of those the other day, and it kept cutting its own fucking wire.
Really?
Yeah, because you don't put it under the ground. You have to put it like right above the ground. They use the little stakes they give you to stake it down. It's stupid. That's like a technology they used back in like the early 2000s, late 90s. No, you got to get one that's if you're gonna do something like that, you get one that uses GPS. You don't have to run shit. You just set up your base and push it, tell it to go, and it'll go explore your yard. It will figure out where to go.
Here comes Mark.
See, the one I was showing you, the Segway one, that one uses GPS, so it doesn't have to have a boundary wire.
Well, they don't list the Segway one, when I'm searching.
Go to Amazon for it. That's where I found it. You're just searching on the Google search engine.
Yeah.
You need to actually go to a website like Amazon and look them up.
Okay. What was the manufacturer you were talking about?
The one I was looking at was Segway. That's the one I wanted to get. Except for we don't mow our own lawn, so it'd be kind of a waste for me.
No, you got you. That's all part of your deal, right?
Yeah. Now the only thing I don't know about these things is how they work if it's going from a backyard to a front yard if it's fenced in. See, I don't know if when you're having it mow, you probably wouldn't have to. You probably wouldn't want the dog outside because I'm sure you'd have to leave your gate open for it to go in and out by
Yep,
itself. You know,
you would.
that's where you got to be careful because if you forget that the gate's open, then you let the fucking dog out. And then there's remote control ones. RC Sailors on YouTube. Check that out.
Husqvarna wants $42.99 for theirs. Sunseeker has one that does all the stuff on it.
Oh, yeah, hold on, Paul. Let me find that one. Oh,
You'll end,
those are.
you'll end up with it falling down one of the holes that Boone's dug.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find that one.
I guess if you really wanted to do it right, you'd have two of them, one for the front yard, one for the backyard, huh?
Or you do like this. Watch. Let me show you my screen, Paul.
Okay, let me stop share. Okay.
You get this bad boy. Oh, shit. Wrong screen. Oh, stop sharing, damn it.
You'd have
All
to
right, hold
sell
on.
0 ton to be able to buy it.
You get this big bad boy with an RC remote. You can sit out there in a chair and just mow your lawn.
That's not cheap either.
No, that's not. But that thing's bad. It's big though. This thing's a lot bigger than one of those. I've seen a couple guys do the reviews on this one. And it has electric. It's like a hybrid almost too. It
It's
has electric
electric, it's
and
not
gas.
gas. Because
No,
I've
it's
I've
both.
seen them like that are gas powered.
No, this is like a hybrid. It's gas and electric.
Oh, okay.
It runs off both.
Oh, it
But you
has
get
electric to start the motor. Okay.
yeah, but you can run off electric power too if you want. Um, but yeah, this one you just see sit out there, little RC remote around the yard. Yeah, but this thing's big though. The guy I saw that did the review on this, or the one guy out of the two I watched, he actually could sit on top of it. It was that
Oh,
big.
really?
Yeah, it's a bulky bastard for sure. I saw who I saw do it. Jody, mine was freaking Tyler too, but jackass.
Yeah, but I don't think they have a collector on them, so all the grass just stays in the on the ground.
Yeah, it's like most mowers. Not all mowers have that.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that one doesn't have a bag, I don't think. Let me look. I might have an option for a bag. I didn't notice one though. Let's see. No, that one doesn't have a bag. But I mean, if you're keeping your grass fairly well cut though, that shouldn't be a real issue. Really, that's a problem when people let their grass get like 3 foot high and then they cut it and they're fucking so much dead grass all over the damn top of the, like a whole layer of grass dead on top of the grass.
Yeah, it just kills the lawn.
Yeah. So I said, if you're cutting it like when it's only an inch or two and we're fairly maintaining it, I don't worry about having a bag. Well, it depends on how tall you want your grass too, Dusty.
You usually set the height on them anyway.
You gotta remember, Paul's got to get as close to the ground as possible. He's got all those damn peanuts to mulch up.
There's my backyard.
I take it you don't water it in the winter time, do you?
No, I don't water it ever.
Although you don't, it really doesn't matter in the winter because it gets so cold up there, it just kills it anyway. So,
Well, it don't kill it. Hibernates. It doesn't grow.
well, yeah.
Like I've cut my lawn this week, and it probably won't need cutting now until April.
There's
Like,
my front.
growing again.
There's the driveway and the front part of the house.
Driveway needs a good repave
Yeah,
on
it
the
does.
top. Big ass
And
cracks in it.
let me show you the other side of the house.
Yeah, so you got a lot of peanuts to mulch up. You got to like skim the top of that grass. Just
And I have a lot of trees, and that's why there's a lot of leaves.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem as well, is leaves.
see, the one that uses the guide wire would probably work really good in your backyard because you could put it like along the edge of the fence and actually attach it to the fence and not on the ground. But your front yard, see the couple that I was watching this guy review, they used the guide wires. When they were on the ground and it could go past the wire a little bit, it kept cutting its own wire
Yeah,
because it was like it wasn't deactivating the blade when it was going out, when it was like sensing it. But if you were in like a backyard where you could actually put the wire like an inch up off the ground and attach it to the edge of the fence where it couldn't actually run it over, it'd probably work really well. Oh yeah, you could tell the tree in his front yard pushing the shit out of his driveway.
Pushing concrete up. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I hate fucking trees in your house. I hate 'em.
I called the city about it, and the city sidewalk is got like this, and it's got a lip on the one side of it, and that much of it up and that much of it down. And I called the city, and they said, well, you know, because the tree is on the city property. And they said they'd come out and look at it, and never heard another word. But I do believe that if somebody were to trip and fall out there and hurt themselves, I'm responsible.
You know what I like about our city when we call like any other departments, they show up within like 30 minutes.
No,
They literally will show up within 30 minutes. And then if it's something that needs to be fixed, they'll be out within a week fixing it after they show up to assess the situation. They're really quick at fixing shit around here.
Can't see how you'd be responsible if somebody trips on a public footpath.
That's the city trying to put the shit on somebody else. You get a good enough lawyer, I guarantee you they'd fucking quick fix that bullshit real quick.
Mm,
Like if it's one thing if it was Paul's tree and it
yeah,
was pushing up on the sidewalk and he was not maintaining it to keep it from doing that or getting rid of the tree, whatever, I could kind of see him having some liability in the courts, even though I think it's stupid if somebody trips, they got to sue over it like that. But um, as far as if the tree's on the city property and it's their fucking sidewalk, how the fuck is Paul liable at all? It's stupid.
yeah, shouldn't be.
Just like he shouldn't have to clean the sidewalks off when it snows. He's not a fucking city worker. He doesn't own that footpath. Why the fuck is he responsible to clean it off? I think that's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
And how many people are actually walking out when it's fucking 20 degrees outside anyway? It's snowing. Or you're worried about the fucking sidewalk.
Well, they're not, but if you leave the snow on the sidewalk up here in the cold area, is that it eventually turns to ice and it makes it slippery and
Again, it's not your problem though. It's not your sidewalk.
yeah.
And you
I
shouldn't
spent
have
I
to.
spent some pretty good money on salt and stuff to salt the sidewalks and the driveway.
Oh, of course, because those are considered private roads in most HOAs, Dusty. Those aren't actually city roads. So none of those roads or sidewalks are maintained by the city.
Well, that makes it the HOA's responsibility in that case.
And that's what your dues should pay for that you pay every month is maintenance like that. Is what should be paying for stuff like that.
What do you guys think? You wanna keep it going while I go catch a ship real quick?
You're good. Mark just got here.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I'll be back.
Just like we get some neighborhoods around here that try to tell us we can't drive the buses through there. Bitch, you guys aren't gated. Those are public access roads.
Mm,
Unless you got a gate up and you guys privately own the roads, you can't tell us we can't come in there. You have no right to tell us we can't drive on a public road that goes through your neighborhood. That the public can access. If the public can access the road, it ain't your road.
Oh no.
JD, to me, that's just the city putting it on homeowners, trying to pass off the liability to homeowners when it shouldn't be. You say in most places homeowners are responsible to keep the sidewalk clear. I mean, if it's your shit on the sidewalk, yeah, I understand that. But if it's natural and you have nothing to do with it, that just to me sounds like cities are trying to push it on the homeowners.
Boone's getting pissed.
yeah, I mean, over here, the council are responsible for the roads and the footpaths everywhere unless it's not an adopted road and not a public right of way. There are some private streets that are unadopted that the council don't maintain.
No, here in Florida, if it's a gated community, it's a private road because the public does not have access to that. You have to actually have obviously be able to get in there.
Yeah, but there's usually only one way in and one way out then, isn't it?
Some gated communities, yeah, but some will have multiple entrances.
Well, all right.
It depends on how big they are. I've
Yeah,
seen really small gated communities where it's literally just one cul-de-sac of like 15 houses. That's it. There's nothing else. Like that's the whole community.
yeah.
And then I've seen them where there's 2,000 houses in there and they have like 3, 4 entrances on different sides of the complex.
God, that seems a stupid thing to do, have a gated community with 2,000 houses.
Not uncommon.
I mean, we don't have any of them here.
We got a couple of them here that probably have around that many houses. They're fucking massive. Like it's a couple miles from one end to the other when you drive through it.
I mean, I understand it's a security reason more than anything else.
Well, look, HOAs do have their good sides, but they also, a lot of them have negative sides. HOAs are really good if you want to live in a very clean, well kept neighborhood where you don't have to worry about your neighbor looking like a hoarder next to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the downfall is some of them can be very strict. You know, yeah, your front door has to be a certain color. You can't have like blankets hanging in the windows. Like, but that you got to know that before you move in there. If you're buying a $400,000 or $500,000 home and you don't do the research before you move in there, that's on you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
anything, walk around, talk to some neighbors before you buy the house. You know, how's it like in here? Do something.
Yeah. I don't think I'd like to be dictated as to what I can and can't do in my own house.
Yeah, it's like I said, then some of them aren't that strict. Some of them just want to make sure your lawn's cut and your trash cans are pulled back and there's not a bunch of junk in your yard. You know what I'm saying? And there's some that just want you to have just a basic clean yard, well trimmed grass, you know? Like the one I lived in before, the only grief they ever gave me was about the fucking trash cans one time and they fined me for it because I left them out for 2, 3 days past the time. But that was the only time that they were ever fucking pains in the asses. Every time before that, they were fine. I don't know why they all of a sudden decided to fine me for that, but because they didn't even give me a warning, I just got a fine in the mail. I can't even remember how much it was. I think it was like $100 or $200, something ridiculous.
God, that's stupid, isn't it?
But like I said, some people, if you're okay with that kind of shit, then you can totally move into a neighborhood like that. And so you can find ones that are a lot less, harsh. But there is a certain, like I said, there are certain upsides. Like if it's a gated one, people aren't just driving through randomly that are just cutting through your neighborhood just to get to the other side. You know, it keeps like all the riffraff traffic out of your neighborhood. You know,
I don't have
that's the
to.
one.
I live on
Right.
a I live on a cul-de-sac and I'm at the end of it and there's only 10 houses on it. So we don't have any through traffic.
Yeah, but how many people come down your road and are like, "Oh fuck, it's not a through road," then they have to turn around in your cul-de-sac.
Nobody. The road's only about, well, the actual road part of the road is literally only 7, 8 feet wide. And then there's a turning circle at the end of it outside my house.
Yeah, and that's the upside to not being an HOA, Dusty. You can pretty much do what you want, but you're also subject to what are your neighbors doing. Because I've seen that around here where you got somebody that's really clean, their yard looks really nice, and then they're living next to somebody that looks like a fucking junkyard and just got shit piled out there that they haven't touched in years, but they just won't get rid of it. You know, like a fucking bunch of furniture that's rotting out there in the weather. You know.
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I can't stand having just random shit like that laying around. Like if I'm not using it, it's going in the trash.
Mm. Yeah, I've got to get rid of a couple of old sofas.
Yeah, you do got to pay to live in a HOA for sure. I mean, like, but that also comes with some benefits too. I mean, Like, look at TJ. He doesn't even have to mow his lawn. The entire neighborhood gets mowed by one company. He doesn't have to mow it, trim it, nothing.
Yeah, but do they only do the front gardens? They don't do the back ones?
No, his is just kind of all open because he lives in a duplex.
Well, yeah.
So there's really no gates around his house. It's all just one big open back area.
Yeah.
That's along the edge of a big retention pond.
Yeah.
So everybody's backyard's kind of just, about 10 feet from the pond all the way around it.
Mm.
So nobody really has fences up. So yeah, this was one big company that comes in with 10 trucks and 30 guys jump out and all over the neighborhood for 2-3 hours. They just do the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, my back garden has a 6-foot fence all the way around it.
But I've seen the front of TJ's house. People are allowed to do their own little like planting gardens out front and stuff. So they're obviously not strict about the way the uniform of the front yards look.
Yeah.
Because people are allowed to plant their own little plants and stuff. I guess as long as it looks clean, you know. You don't gotta fucking grow a bunch of marijuana plants in your front yard. You should be okay. Dusty just wants to be free and naked in his backyard.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to run that around naked in your backyard in Florida, by all means, because you're probably going to get your dick bit by a mosquito or something. That or a fucking lizard's going to think it's a big worm. Something, or gonna be something in the backyard that's going to bite your ass.
Yeah, I want a house like
No,
my Uncle Matthew's.
no, I wasn't at TJ's house, Dusty. I just have seen his front yard when he's been outside, like flying his drone and stuff before on Paul's. And when he was out barbecuing the other day, he was showing his neighbor's plants. So, what were you saying? You wanted a house like your uncle's?
Yeah,
Oh, the big one you were showing us that one day?
yeah. 3 million quid's worth.
I've always wanted like a big, like 3-story Victorian home.
Mm.
I love Victorian style homes. And the one that's like 3 stories and then it has the fucking attic that's pretty much a 4th story.
Yeah. He's even got a cellar that he has a wine cellar. He's got a double garage that's separate. I think he's got 6 bedrooms, a kitchen, a living room, a dining room, a lounge, an office, a walk-in storeroom. Damn thing's massive. He's even got a lift, an elevator.
Oh, yeah, an elevator.
Yeah. It's only a one-person one, but I mean that was mainly because his wife couldn't walk, and then he had it taken out, and then it got to the point where he was having trouble getting upstairs, so we had it put back in again.
Oh, Randy, I've already seen that video, dude. That video went super viral a couple days ago. Dusty sent it to me and said the same exact thing you did. He's talking about the video where that guy stuck the thermos up his ass.
Oh right, yeah.
It's been all over the internet the last couple days. Bunch of big podcasts and shit were showing a video laughing their asses off. I think PBD showed it. I don't want a house. I want my own island. Yeah, but that's a whole nother set of nightmares right there. You gotta have retaining walls. Hope to God your island doesn't get flooded during a hurricane. I don't know. I guess you find like the night what's considered the nicest area in the world for calm waters. That's where you buy one.
The fact that you then have to have another building that's not on the island, that's on the mainland, where you can park your car, and you've got to have a boat to get from your island to the mainland.
Or a helicopter,
Can't
depending on
you?
how far it is.
Yeah, you can't just walk to the shop. Amazon,
But
Amazon probably won't deliver.
at the same time, though, if you're living on a fucking private island like some straight Epstein type shit, you probably got people who run back and forth all day, every day for you if you wanted something bad enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, run to the mainland and grab me a freaking Diet Coke.
Yeah.
But I'd hope you'd have enough food supplies out there to last you fucking a couple of years if an emergency happened. If you wanted to hang out on your island.
You'd have to have your own electricity generating supply.
Oh yeah, that would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
You'd have to bring in a whole bunch of contractors and shit in from the mainland.
Yeah. You'd have to have some way of getting fresh water.
And just to get shit brought out to their like building materials and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be expensive. Because let's face it, you're not buying an island and building a 3 little bedroom house. No. You're gonna have like a 250,000 square foot home, like 40 bedrooms.
I'd love to see how you manage to get your propane tanks filled if you're using gas.
Honestly, I guess depending on which environment you're in, if it's sunny year round, I guess your best bet would be to go more solar power, just a lot of solar panels.
Yeah.
If you're in a windy part where there's always constant wind, you could do like wind turbines,
Yeah.
couple wind turbines.
Mm.
Just have big ass battery banks.
Yeah, but you'd have to have a water purification plant as well. Take the water from the sea and have it, purified.
Bro, at this point, we're just building a fucking city on an island.
Yeah.
Fucking having our own Taiwan off the coast of the U.S.
Oh, Branson's got one, hasn't he? Down in the Caribbean.
There's quite a few billionaires that got their own private islands.
Mm.
And if you have it far enough out, I guess if you're in international waters, you could just make your own country.
Yeah.
Buy a couple of old used destroyers from the U.S. Navy. They're going to decommission. You can have your own little Navy out there too.
Your own coast guard patrol the islands borders, keep the Mexicans out.
Oh my God. I need a nuclear reactor if they're going to put me on the moon. Actually, a nuclear reactor would be the best way to go for power. Especially these days with all the newer technology, with these new like small mini reactors that they can build. They don't need these massive ass giant power plants anymore. I mean, look how much power an aircraft carrier puts out. I mean, it's enough to power, I think, like 30,000 homes or something. 2 reactors on there. And
Yeah,
that's a small footprint compared to an old ass nuclear power plant.
that's true. Mind you, an aircraft carrier is bigger than a housing block.
What, 1,100? It's like 1,180 feet or something like that. It's like 3 football fields. Well, our football fields. 4.5 acres, I think they say, is the actual like total deck space.
Well, I suppose it's like these big cruise liners, they've got to get power somehow as well.
I think a lot of them just use diesel.
Mm,
I don't think they actually use nuclear power. So that's strictly a Navy thing. And
yeah.
there's not very many navies that use nuclear power. Like we're us and I think France are the only two that have nuclear powered aircraft carriers. Everybody else uses diesel.
Hmm.
That's why Australia wanted our nuclear subs so bad.
Mm,
Because a lot of other countries use diesel subs. I mean, there's some that have nuclear subs, but it's not every country.
yeah, we've got nuclear subs.
Because that technology isn't easy to do, to compact a nuclear reactor down that small. Takes some engineering.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of the subs they need nuclear power because they just can't carry enough diesel to sit under the ice floe for 6 months at a time, kind of thing.
Yeah, plus you're a lot quieter in the water too.
Yeah.
Which is very important for a sub to be quiet because of sonar and all that shit.
Mm.
Like diesel subs tend to be pretty noisy. That's why a lot of diesel subs will have battery banks that they can run off electric when they're trying to hide from somebody. They'll turn on the electric and they'll turn off the diesel motors.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're limited. You're limited on how much that electric can get you through, and you're limited on the diesel.
Mm.
The only thing nuclear subs and carriers are limited by is how many supplies they have.
Mm. Yeah.
But see, if you operate like we do, we don't pull our aircraft carriers in the port to restock them. If they're out on a mission, they'll just bring a supply ship out next to it. They'll shoot some cables across to each other, and they just zip line everything right over.
Mm. Yeah. Which is daft, really, when you think about it. It's an aircraft carrier. You could just land a supply plane on it.
Well, they do use the what is it? I forget what the plane's called. It's they're replacing them with the A-10s. The can't think of the name of them. The ones where the rotors rotate up and down. Having a mind blank here. Randy, you know what I'm talking about. I did. I'm trying to. Now it's bugging me because I can't think of the name of it.
Who else is it? Hey, Randy. I think I've got everybody else. Oh, Brenda. And JD. Pretty sure I got everybody else.
Osprey, yes, thank you, Randy. Osprey, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
They're replacing the old supply planes that the aircraft carriers used to use. We're starting to use those now.
Mhm. That was a hell of a long day yesterday.
Why, what'd you do?
My sister bought some things from someone that were going to be too heavy to ship, really.
Spray.
So she wanted to drive all the way down to just the other side of Leicester. It's about 140 miles away, something like that. So because she's not done any distance in this new car, I went with her to keep her company.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were going to get a car yesterday. That's right. Forgot.
No. She's had the car for a while. It's just that
Oh,
buy something and pick it up in a new car
okay.
because she's not driven that car other than, well, when she bought it, she drove it back from Leeds, which is only about 40 odd miles, and I was with her coming back. But this time it was like 140 miles there, 140 miles back. She didn't want to use the motorway. She wanted to go down normal roads, so it took even longer. It was like
She wanted to take the scenic route, huh?
yeah. We set off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We didn't get back until 2 o'clock in the morning.
See, 140 miles.
Well, it would be 280, nearly 300 miles there and back.
And then what were you guys doing when you got there? Because here, that would drive 200 miles shouldn't take you more than what? 2.5 hours?
Yeah,
Well, I
but
guess she's.
it depends on speed limits, doesn't it? I mean, going
Yeah, because you said you were taking the back roads. Because on a motorway, like
yeah,
a freeway, you should be able to get there within what, about 2 hours.
yeah, well, I would have said what? Yeah, probably about 2 to 2.5 hours, but it took us nearly 4 hours.
Yeah, because we used to go when I used to go to Vegas. It was about 189 miles from my house, and it would always take us about 2.5, depending on how fast we were driving.
Yeah, I mean, our motorways are 70 mile an hour.
Yeah, that's what ours are too. Well,
Dual
most of them.
dual carriageways and unrestricted roads are 60 miles an hour.
Most
But
of our freeways max out at 70, maybe 75 on average.
mm,
But then it depends on where you're at too. They'll drop. Like if you get into like a really condensed city area, it might go down to like 60 or 55 for a little while.
yeah, but then you've got like areas through villages and stuff like that where you've got to drop down to 30. Plus, you've got all the traffic lights that you come across while you're using normal roads. Adds quite a bit. And when we picked it up, we went to a chippy and got some chips, and then went to McDonald's so she could go in and use the toilet and got a couple of cups of coffee. Hey, I'll tell you what, the thing I like on her car, it's got two cup holders in the front and the back that are
Right.
to the heating vents. So you can put a cup of coffee in, turn the heating on, and it'll keep the coffee warm.
Oh wow.
And if you use the aircon, it'll keep a cold drink cold.
I ain't never had that feature on the phone.
No, it's pretty smart, that. In fact, I think the glove box does the same thing. It has a switch, a vent dial inside it that you can turn on to use the glove box like a small fridge.
Or like kind of like a lunchbox or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually features you'd see in like Mercedes or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of extra feature shit like that.
Well, this is a Nissan X-Trail with it's a 2-litre diesel turbo engine. It's a front-wheel drive normally, but you can switch it to 4-wheel drive auto, and when it needs 4-wheel drive, it turns it on automatically.
Oh, if it feels like you're like getting bogged down or stuck somewhere,
Yeah,
it'll sense that, then it'll turn itself on.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
Got a 6-speed manual gearbox.
Sorry guys, I can't see the chat at the moment. I'm trying to get the kitchen cleaned up so I can make some breakfast.
My room is huge, and it's got an electric sunroof that's probably about as big as your roof, and it's glass. It's massive.
Oh, you're talking about on my car?
Yeah,
Yeah. My car is nothing but window, dude. There's fucking window everywhere.
yeah. And like the back door windows, the rear windows at the side of the luggage space, and the back window are all privacy glass, all really black.
That's why I had got my windows tinted, because it would have been so bad in the summertime.
Yeah, but like
Uh,
obviously the front windows and the windscreen, you've got to have at the legal limit for the tint.
They don't enforce it around here, though, dude. I see people with limo tint on their front windshield, and they don't say shit to them. The same cars I see driving around town all the time. So
Yeah.
obviously, they don't ever get ticketed for it. And my car, my old car, the tint wasn't exactly legal on it, and I never got pulled over for it.
I
The guy
mean,
did the whole top of my half of my windshield was tinted.
they got really crazy here. You can't even have a tinted visor on your crash helmet on a motorbike now.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I know.
Because you should need that to when you're driving down the road, so you're not getting blinded. But especially if you get into a really sunny, like if you're driving against the sun, you
Yeah.
should be allowed to have that on a motorcycle. That's
They,
ridiculous.
they brought out some nice crash helmets where they had a second visor behind the first one, which you could pull down or slide down and slide back up again, that was tinted, so you could have two visors. That was a
I
good one.
mean, it's like a full set of sunglasses, like for
Yeah,
your helmet when you're driving.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a pain in the ass enough when you're in a car driving against the sun and you're trying to use your sun visor and block it, you know,
Yeah,
let alone driving a bike where you have no sun visor anyway. Yeah, I
still,
don't like that law. I think that's stupid.
yeah, still haven't figured out what all the buttons do on the dashboard and all. It's actually got switchable traction control on it as well.
Yeah, I love when you get a new car and then like 6 months later you find a feature you had no idea you fucking had.
Yeah,
You're like, oh shit, I didn't know it did this.
it's got a nice feature in the back as well. You know, like in an SUV, you've got a big area for putting stuff in. Well, underneath that, it's got drawers that you can just pull out, so you can put stuff in it. You don't have to be rooting for it amongst all the stuff that's in the luggage compartment.
You know what's funny is my old boss from the gas company, right? He had his work truck and it had auto start. And he goes, and I said, oh, cool, your work. I said, your work truck gets auto start. I said, I see how they treat us, joking around. He goes, what are you talking about? It doesn't have auto start. I said, the fuck it doesn't. I said, look at your key fob. What do you think that 2x button is? He goes, that's what the hell that button is? He goes, dude, I pushed that thing for months and didn't do shit. I said, you got to press it twice real fast. And I showed him, I did it, and his truck turned on. He goes, holy shit. He goes, I did not know I had that. I said, yeah, that's what that button means. Because he was one of those ones, dude, like he was not tech savvy at all. Whenever his fucking phone was acting up and shit, he had it to me to look at it for.
And it's probably an early version of the keyless entry type thing. But what it is you walk up to the car and it won't open. But there's a little button on the door handle that you press and it unlocks the car then.
Oh yeah, mine has that.
Yeah.
Both my cars, my old Chrysler had that, and so did this, my new one.
Yeah, the
Well,
Seagull and the Dacia we've got, they actually unlock it as soon as you walk up to it.
What did I miss while I was gone? Anything?
oh, it's
No, not really.
bullshit.
Just the usual talking about all sorts of rubbish.
Clean the house, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, we were just talking about cars, and so I was telling about how my boss didn't know his car had auto start. Been driving the damn thing for like over a year and had no idea. He goes, I could never figure out what that button was for. I said, why do you think it says 2 times? Because you got to press it twice.
Twice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, once he figured out that it had that, man, he was using it all the time to like cool his Jeep down before he went out there and everything.
Yeah.
In the summertime. He come to me like 2 weeks later. He says, "Yeah, I love that auto start." I told you. All right, counters are wiped off.
Yeah, one of the nice features on a lot of our cars now is the heated seats.
Yeah, my car's got that, and I'll tell you what, they get fucking hot, dude. My
Don't
ass is burning.
So you use the heated seats much?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought he knew.
Actually, they're not bad if your back is hurt.
Yeah, yeah,
It actually does feel really good. Like if you have a sore back, turn the
yeah.
heated seats on
Put
and sit back.
like put a heat pad on it. Yeah,
Yeah, it is because they do get hot enough where it feels like a heat pad, a heating
Really?
pad. Now, my old car had a heating steering wheel too. I would never use that because it just never got cold enough to where that was uncomfortable to grab the steering wheel in the winter time.
yeah.
Lay down. Lay down.
It's taking her ages to try and sort out all the what's it as well, the sat nav stuff, because it's the first car she's had that's had built-in sat nav. It's got a Bose stereo system. Hell, it sounds good.
Who was it that had? It was Honda. I can't remember who. One of them. No, it was Mazda. I think had the. They had a deal with Bose for a long time where all their cars had their stereo systems in them.
Mm. Well, this
I
is
had them.
yeah. So Nissan must do it as well in some of them, anyway, at least.
And it had a built-in because I had a Mazda, was it a C9, CX9, I think it was,
Mm-hmm.
or I can't remember, but it had a both stereo system and it actually had a built-in subwoofer and a 5-disc CD changer on the back.
Yeah,
And the subwoofer wasn't, I mean, it wasn't like, it's not like no aftermarket subwoofer where you drive by somebody's going boom, 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 but it hit pretty good inside the car.
I think from what I've looked at, I think this has actually got a 6-disc CD changer built in to the stereo system. You just slide a CD in, then you slide another one in, and then you slide another one in. So you don't have to go in the boot to change the discs and everything. They're all actually in the dash.
Yeah, it doesn't use the old cartridge like the old ones used to.
Yeah.
You had to pop the cartridge out, fill it up with the CDs, and then pop it into the little box in the trunk.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
our street car used to have that as well. The
Yeah,
little
I remember.
convertible.
A couple of my dad's cars growing up had that too. He had a 10 disc in one. You had to pop this big massive cartridge out and put your 10 discs in there and then put
Oh
it
yeah.
back in.
Trouble is they take up so much room for that CD box.
How old is that car your sister got?
It's 2013.
Okay, that explains the CD changer. I was like, man, if it's a new car, I can't believe they even have that in there.
Yeah, a lot
None
of
of the new cars have CD players anymore.
well, the Seat we had took us ages to find out where the CD player was. I mean, it was all built into the media system on the dashboard and everything, but the slot to put CDs in, you had to open the glove box, and the slot was in the glove box.
A weird design.
Yeah.
Like, was it susceptible to having shit like crumbs and different shit like that falling down into the CD slot though?
No, because the CD slot was just like when you open the glove box at the top of it, there was just a slot in the plastic, and you just slid the CD into it.
Oh, but it wasn't like super noticeable, so you guys weren't seeing it.
No,
Well, did you have to ask somebody or something, or did you have to look it up?
I figured it out eventually. I think I'm not sure what it was, but it was one of the Facebook groups or something.
That's a great thing about today, though. These days, just trying to figure something out about your car, you can look it up, and somebody's
Yeah.
done a video on it.
Uh-huh.
Like if you have a Ford that has the unlock keypad, you can just go into your fuse box inside the car, and the code's in there for it. They'll have a little sticker
Oh,
in there with
really?
the code on it. Yep.
Yeah. Which is a bit daft for security reason. I mean, somebody nicks your car, they've already got the code because it's inside the car.
Well, I mean, if somebody's an experienced car thief anyway, it don't really matter at that point.
Yeah.
But there's like 2 or 3 different places they put the code at for the door panel. But Ford's still using the keypads on the side of their doors, the driver's side door. That's just something they've done for years. The cars always have the keypads on the side.
Yeah, no, I've never had one like that. Oh, we had an accident on the motorway. I think it was last week, maybe the week before, something like that. And a car transporter transporting, I think it was about 10 electric cars to the dealers. One of the electric cars' battery set on fire and burnt out all of them and the transporter.
That had to
Burn
been a
up
fucking
everything, huh?
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it takes like what they say, like 12 or 15 times more water to put out a
Well,
electric car fire.
fire. Yeah.
you can't use water on an electric fire. It just gets worse. You have to use foam or powder. In fact, powder, I think.
Yeah, you have to eliminate the oxygen somehow, right?
Well, that, and you can't get all the rest of it wet or it just makes it worse. It just gives more shorts.
Oh shit! Oh, shit. Dishes. Hate washing dishes.
Washing dishes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
I just put my dishwasher on earlier.
You know, I've got a brand new dishwasher that is built in. I've never used it.
You never use any dishes.
No. Well, I just hand wash them, you know, because it's only just me. I'm not doing a whole bunch of dishes, you know.
Yeah.
Should run that dishwasher at least once every 6 months or so, though. Put it through a cycle. Keep everything moving on it. I know people that use it. I've known people that don't even use their dishwasher to wash the dish. They just use it for storage. They'll put all their pots and pans and shit in there. Like my aunt hated dishwashers back in the day. One aunt that she had like 7 kids. And she's like, they're in my dishwasher. She goes, we don't use dishwasher around here. They just use it for storage. They put all the pots and pans and stuff in there instead of shoving them in the cabinet. Yeah, she didn't let them use the dishwasher. Everybody, they all had to wash by hand at the end of the night. And they'd be like a little assembly line at my aunt's house. One would be one would be washing, one would be rinsing, one would be drying, one would be putting away, one would be cleaning the floors. Like she was always cleaning her fucking house.
Good. You washing the dishes, right? Now, where do we put them? I'll put them in the dishwasher. So why couldn't we have done that before we washed them?
That'd make too much sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I must admit, I do rinse my plates before I put them in the dishwasher, just to get rid of anything that might clog the dishwasher up.
Oh, and you should do that too because
Yeah.
dishwashers aren't designed for you to stick big chunks of shit in.
No.
People do that all the time.
Mm.
You should never put a plate in a bunch of food on it.
Mm.
Now there are dishwashers that have garbage disposal built into them that are a little bit better for that kind of washing, but
God, I bet they're not cheap.
shit, I think a standard dishwasher, just a basic ass cheap one's like probably about 500-600 bucks.
No, I only paid about 140 for my dishwasher.
Yeah, but yours is on the counter one, isn't it?
Yeah, mine is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about like a built-in one you'd put into your cabinet. One of the big ones that can hold like 20, 25 plates. 10,
Mm.
15 cuts.
Yeah. Mine's only got one drawer in it, not two. But it does get them clean. And it's that hot inside it afterwards that it dries them out pretty well too.
And I want one of the dishwashers like the school cafeteria had back in the day when I was in elementary and middle school. I used to work in the cafeteria during the lunch break.
Are the ones that use steam.
Yeah, dude, you just put everything in the rack and you slide it in there and close it down, and it'd be done in like 2 minutes, minute and a half, and all of a sudden it would just pop up. Everything would be crystal clear. Like,
Yeah. It's a bit like the glass washers we had in the pub.
oh yeah, dude, if I had a mansion, that'd be the type of dishwasher I'd have. Because it was so fast, dude. Like I said, you could stick like 30 trays in there that were just absolutely dirty. I mean, just nasty. And it would be like a minute, minute and a half, and they'd just come out sparkling new looking.
tram going past.
Anybody say anything in the chat, Paul? Because I can't pay attention to it right now.
Um,
'Cause I was paying attention to it, but then I started cleaning the kitchen. Man. I'm not near my computer at the moment. Ah,
Let me get the chat up here, see what's going on. Mad Props made a comment, can't start it without the key fob. And then that is a Ford thing, Justin.
okay. So,
Drone shots, LOL, drone shots again. I use paper plates and cups so I don't have to run the dishwasher.
no, I mean seriously, that's the way to go.
yeah.
You buy like 200 paper plates for like $10. A couple boxes of silverware for another $5, $10.
And then Mad Prop says a lipophire is almost impossible to put out.
Well, they've been having problems with them going up in damn junkyards too. That's why a lot of junkyards now have made special areas just for EVs. Because they've had that problem where they had an EV that was in an accident or was put out
Yes.
by the fire department. And then all of a sudden, an hour later, or a couple hours later, they get it back to their junkyard, park it, or their tow yard, and the bitch catches back up again.
JDS says hi to Mark, and he also says, "What's
Yeah,
up? What's up, Justin?"
I said
Not
hello to
much.
JDS ages ago.
Nice hat, Mark, huh?
Oh, so I need you to take that out and get.
Well, it's chilly. It's a nice warm hat.
So, what have the kids been up to, Justin? Anything? Did Justin leave? No, he's
I was
still here.
talking to Thomas.
Okay. What's the kids been up to?
He's up because they were cold.
Are you
Oh,
are you
well.
still gonna go help teach them how to fly drones?
Well, I haven't got a chance to go talk to them about that yet.
Okay.
I was busy all week with Sarah and work and everything else.
That was was that the ROTC you were going to do that with?
Yeah. I just had time to get up with the guy about it.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, I like one other feature this thing's got. You've got your reversing camera. It's actually got another camera on the front. Then it's got a camera on the underside of each door mirror. So it shows all the ground around the car as well.
Yeah, have you seen the one where they show you the 3D? It's almost like an aerial view of the car.
I've not seen one that does that, no.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like you almost got like a selfie stick on top of your car, and it looks straight down on your car. It's really weird.
It must have
Um,
a 3D camera on the roof then, yeah.
yeah. Me and Bill were talking about it one day because his dad's
Oh,
what was it that can't remember the Genesis. Remember that Genesis his dad had?
oh yeah, about 7 cars back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, about 7 cars. But
Yeah.
yeah, his dad had that
Last
Genesis,
year.
and
Yeah.
it had that camera built into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really crazy looking. I've seen them on a couple of people's cars.
Did you see the fact that he went to his dad's last week and the F-150's gone and there's another Mustang GT convertible on the driveway?
I mean, all his dad's doing is building up negative equity by doing that. To be honest,
Yeah. Yeah. He's just
unless you're
losing money every time he trades it back in again.
yeah, because unless you're paying the car off, I mean, you're still losing money. But if you're just turning in a car every 6 months, dude, you're gonna have so much negative equity.
It's not even 6 months sometimes. I think he's had
Uh,
2 years.
yeah, but unless you're buying a cheaper car each time, your negative equity is gonna be insane.
Yeah, no, he just keeps on switching between an F-150. Since the Genesis, he's been going F-150, Mustang, F-150, Mustang, F-150, Mustang.
Yeah, that's not a good habit to get into. I'll tell you that. Man. Because eventually you're going to get to a point where the bank's going to be like, yeah, no,
No,
you
he's
got your
paying
way.
for them. He's
He's
paying
paying.
for them out. He's paying for them outright.
Well, I guess you've got the money, man.
I think there's this one that he's just got now. It's up finance out on.
We're talking about a brand new F-150, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming his dad probably got the luxury package going.
Oh yeah, I mean the one,
Probably
the
60,
Mustang.
70 grand easy.
Yeah, the Mustang. Well, the Mustang he's got now was 70 odd grand because it's got all of the options on it.
Like trucks are expensive nowadays, like way expensive. Some of them are pushing 100, 150,000, like ridiculous prices.
Mm. Yeah,
That's why I said, man, anybody with a used truck or a used SUV right now, if you want to get rid of it, this is the time to do it, man. Because the used market, man, you get some decent money for a used SUV or pickup truck.
yeah, they're not quite as expensive over here. I mean, that one that Aunt Maria's bought, so we only paid 3,600 for it.
Well, see, our problem over here was all the car manufacturers decided to use COVID as an excuse. Oh, we can't get chips. We can't get this.
Oh
Like
yeah,
every industry tried to use it as an excuse.
yeah,
But not every industry was affected by COVID, but they all tried to play like they were.
yeah.
And oh, we can't get chips, we can't get that. So then they upped the price to ridiculous amounts and they just never went back in.
Mm.
All of a sudden a $30,000 truck was now 60, 70,000.
Yeah, yeah.
And they just never went back down on the prices. They kept them up.
Mm.
I mean, and some of the depreciation values on some of these cars are insane. Like Jaguar actually holds the top spot right now. I think the depreciation value is an automatic 73% after you buy it.
Wow.
They hold the number one spot for 2025. Tesla was like 63%. There was quite a few of them that were around 60%. Can't remember all
Mm.
the brands, but and then Ford hit a record this year. They had 90 recalls and so far in 2025, and the year's not even over.
God.
The most ever recalls before that was I'm trying to remember which company it was, but they hit 70 recalls. That was back in like 2014 or something, 2011, somewhere in there, the mid 2000s. They hit 70 recalls. So now Ford's broken that record.
Mm.
Like I said, they're not even at the end of the year yet. They still got a few months to go.
Yeah.
They've already hit 90 recalls.
That's ridiculous.
Well, it's like I said, instead of building a fucking car or say an engine design, right? Coming up with a good engine design and just sticking with it, every
Mm,
year they want to reinvent the fucking wheel.
yeah.
Oh, let's redo everything in the motor. What the
Mm,
fuck for? You had a perfectly good working motor that you could pass on for another 10 years in your vehicles
yeah.
that perform just fine. And then they want to add all these stupid extra features that you really don't need. I mean, they're kind of cool. They have cool features, but do you really need them in the car to get from point A to point B? No.
No,
And that just creates more shit to break in the long run. You know,
that is true.
like I said, like Ford, I think it was Ford that had the little gear shifter, and you would put the car in park, and then the gear shifter would go down into the dash. Like, why the fuck do you need that? That's
Oh,
so such a stupid ass feature.
yeah, Jaguar have got that as well, and Mercedes, I think, where it sinks down into the tunnel.
Right. And to me, that's a useless fucking feature that is going to cost you thousands of dollars to fix if it breaks,
Yeah,
if it's not under warranty. When your shifter gets stuck down in the dash and you can't drive the damn thing. Nothing wrong with the transmission, it's just your shifter got stuck.
mm,
Like, if it was a normal car, you'd be driving down the road already.
yeah. And nowadays, the gear lever isn't attached to the gearbox itself. There's no levers or anything. It's all cables.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know, they just put unnecessary shit in vehicles these days, and then it causes more problems in the long run. They try to say cars are better these days and they last longer than older cars did, but I just don't see it.
Mm.
But every once in a while, each car company does have that one gem of a car that they built and it's just really good. It happens to just be really good with no real issue. But every car company seems to just not doing really good these days, as far as quality wise. Like I was looking at some of these cars they were charging $170,000 for, and just the plastics and the material they were using inside the interior just looked cheap as shit. Like, dude, you're paying $150,000 for a car, like the interior should be immaculate. It's like Mercedes has got I can't remember what the model is on it, but they're flooded with their EV vehicles just sitting in the lots because nobody's buying them.
Yeah, I agree, JDS. Catalytic converters are ridiculous prices. Over here,
Oh,
I mean, it got to a point where they were coming up to car parks, people, thieves, sliding underneath the car with a portable disc cutter, cutting the catalytic converter off off Hondas mainly, and nicking them. And you come back out to your car and start the engine, and all of a sudden you've got no exhaust. And the insurance companies were actually writing the cars off as uneconomical to repair because of the price of the converter. And that's because it's made with platinum.
Hey, Randy.
See Nissan Micra, amazing little gem, same as my Geo Metro, great value. Well, you know what pissed me off too is like I actually wanted to look and get one of those Ford Mavericks because Ford was for the last 2 years. Oh, it's going to be a $20,000 truck. It's going to be our cheap, eco-friendly hybrid truck, small like a little Ranger or S10, right? Not a very big truck, just a little work truck you could buy, that you could drive as an everyday driver. And now look at the price on them. They're like 30, 40 grand. They didn't hold that word at all.
Well, most all of the Japanese or Chinese vehicles have gone up astronomically in price.
Like the cheapest I'm seeing a Ford Maverick right now is 27,000, but they were supposed to be listed to 18 to 20.
Mm.
That
Right.
was what Ford was originally promising.
I think the Ford Maverick is the same platform as the Nissan Terrano.
Oh, boy.
Ford
the
built
cheap,
that in conjunction with Nissan.
yeah, cheapest one I'm seeing is 24,000. I'd buy a Ford Maverick only because it was a hybrid. JDS is a very small truck, so it would get decent gas mileage. I definitely wouldn't be driving no F-150 or 250 these days. Now with fucking prices of everything like that. I sure shit wouldn't buy a used truck in this market either. Dude, I've seen like old beat up pieces of shits, dude. Like something that you would have paid like $500 for back in the day. It was just beat to hell, but now people are paying like 4 or 5 grand for it. Uh-uh.
Well, my first car that I bought off the Ford showroom floor was a loaded Pinto. I paid $19,000 for it. $1,900.
I was about to say 19,000. That was a long
1,900.
time ago. That was back when you could buy a house for 19 grand.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
like I said, the money didn't stretch very far back then either.
my mum and dad's house cost them £900 when they bought it back in 1958.
Right. And 900 pounds back then, you know, if you were, say, you were paying $20 a month for a mortgage, right? Which sounds ridiculous by today's standards, but back then that would have been a lot of money. $20 would have been like a $500-600 payment these days, you know.
Yeah, it could have been about $20 because they actually paid, I think it was £11 a month mortgage.
Right.
My
That's what I'm
first,
saying. It's
my first house cost me £50,000, and I was paying £450 a month mortgage, and that was back
yeah,
in 97, 96.
yeah. Well, that was back too when your dad's making like $50 a week, if that. But that was a lot of money. You
Mm.
go out to a steak dinner and a movie for 10 cents.
Yeah.
Pull out 2 quarters. Oh, baby, we're living large tonight.
Yeah. My dad's house is, I mean, his is a 3-bedroom semi-detached, same as like a duplex, you call it, the same as mine, but mine's got a big extension on it that gives it like
Remember, water.
3 times the size kitchen and one of the bedrooms.
But you share a middle wall with your neighbor, though, right?
Yeah.
So who's responsible? Say a leak happens in that wall. Who's responsible? Both of you to fix it, or what? Or would it be whose pipe busted?
It's not likely to get a leak in it. It's solid brick.
Well, I know, but like, like, okay, so you need a roof replacement. I'm assuming you only do your half.
Yeah.
Open your
It's just
mouth.
weird,
Open
dude. And I'm
Open.
very familiar with duplexes. I just find them very weird because you're like sharing a wall with somebody, but you own the place. So it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I always found that concept a little weird.
Yeah. I don't know how the walls work between your duplexes, because I mean, all your internal walls tend to be wood frames and plasterboard, don't they?
It depends on where you live at, what building codes requirements are. See,
Yeah.
like in Florida, all your internal walls, everything's brick,
Yeah.
and then they frame it out from there
Yeah.
to put
Yeah.
drywall and insulation up.
Yeah. Our walls are all internal walls are all single brick.
Yeah, see, we would
Like,
go beyond that and frame it out and put drywall up.
Open up.
yeah, all they do is they put plaster directly onto the brickwork. So literally, you've got a 4-inch thick wall with maybe an inch of plaster either side of it.
The only thing I don't like about plaster though is once that shit starts cracking and falling, it'd be a little bit of a bitch. Plaster's heavy as shit too.
It is.
I remember when Paul Hodges was pulling it out of his. Remember when he redid the top of his stairs and all that?
Mm.
He had to pay it's like £1,000 each time he filled that truck up or that trailer up with plaster. And he had to pay by the. I think he had to pay by the weight. Go dump it at the dump.
Uh-huh.
Here.
Oh yeah, the used vehicle market's
Hey, get over
pretty
here.
hot in the U.S. too, JDS. So I said, especially with SUVs and trucks. Like you're seeing SUVs that have like 160,000 miles on them, and they're like 8 or 10 years old, and they're going for like 7, 8 grand. Like that would have been something I would have paid like 3 grand 4 or 5 years ago. For maybe 2 grand.
Yeah. I think here the used car market on small cars is getting daft. I mean, my sister, when she bought her last car, which was also a 2013, but it was only about 4 or 5 year old when she bought it. And she paid £3,500 for that. And now, like 5 years later, she can still get £3,500 for it.
Here, water.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
Mm. But that was just a little 1.2 Fiat Punto.
Like I said, we stopped over at one of the kids on our bus. Their parents were selling an SUV they had out in the front yard. Well, my driver wanted to stop and just ask the dad real quick, you know, how much you guys selling for, what's the miles, all that. It was a 2000, was it a 2014? It had 190,000 miles on it. He wanted 6,500 for it. Like, hell no.
Yeah.
That's too many miles. No. If it had like 60,000 miles, maybe being that old. But
Yeah.
no, hell no. I'm not buying a car for 6,500 with 190,000 miles on it. That's fucking insane.
That's still probably on. Well, if it's been looked after, it's still only halfway through its life.
Yeah, still, I think that's still too high though. At most, I would pay like 2,500 for a car like that.
Mm.
And that's if I'm desperate. If not, I'll go shop around and find a better deal.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, when Amory bought this one, it was 3,600, and then when she got in touch with the insurance company to insure it, the insurance company straight away put a value of 4,650 on it.
Yeah, Dusty. That's like
Oh.
Sarah's mom's car right now has was it 96, almost 100,000 miles on it. It's got a few cosmetic issues, not too bad. But she could easily sell that thing and probably get 6,000-8,000 for it as it sits. I told her she should have sold it a couple months ago. I was like, it's paid off. You should sell this damn thing. Go get you a small little car.
Well, what's that? They advertise, is it Carfax? You can go and see what your car's worth.
But they never
No,
offer you anywhere near what it's actually worth. You'll be
no.
lucky. You'll be lucky if they give you 50% of what you can actually sell it for.
Well, because it's like a pawn shop, right? They want to resell it and make money. So they're not going to give you the full value. Now, Carfax is mainly for to check the history of the vehicle. Usually you would use Kelly Blue Book as like the official. That's the one that everybody considers like the official way of looking up the value of the car.
We have Parker's Guide. Yeah.
I don't know if Carfax actually gives you an evaluation of the car, but I know it's for looking up like accident history and stuff of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Because they use the VIN number and they go through and look for insurance companies, any claims that were filed on it, anything like that.
Yeah, we got similar apps over here where you can do that, and it gives you the MOT history, shows you all yearly MOT tests and what it passed, whether it passed or whether it failed, on what it failed on.
I am sorry, JDS.
What?
Dude, if I was up in Canada right now, I'd smack the hell out of them. Somebody offered you 14,000 Canadian for a Geo Prism and you wouldn't sell it. Oh, hell no, dude.
Yeah,
I'd have
but
gave it to him for 5 grand.
14,000 Canadian is only worth, how much is that American money?
It doesn't matter. A Geo Prism's like a 30-year-old car. And they're not even like sought out classic cars.
It must be about 10-ish.
Yeah, and he only paid 8,000 new for it. You bitch.
How old is it? What year?
The Geo Metros came out in the 90s. My dad had one. They were very much like a Prius back in the day.
Oh, really?
They were small, tiny motors, Really good gas mileage for the time period. And they were very small little cars. The best way I could describe is like a Prius, a Mini Coupe, something like that. That size. I
Mm.
don't care if it's mint or not. I would never offer you. I wouldn't even offer you $8,000 American for it, let alone 14,000 Canadian. I'd have told you $2,000.
Well, you
And
can't
that,
blame the guy for getting as much money as he can out of it.
like I said, this ain't a fucking a Supra from the '90s. You know, that's really sought out. This is fucking Geo Metro.
Okay, now a Supra. There's a guy just around the back of me. He's got a Supra on I think a '94, and they're going for like 25,000-30,000.
Yep. Well, it's just like cars. Okay, think about it. Like cars when you and Paul were younger and were in your 20s, right? You guys would have never thought any of those cars were going to be worth shit because they were just everyday cars to everybody
No,
during
that's
that
it.
time.
Yeah,
And same with the '90s. Everybody thought, oh, all the classic cars were back in the '60s. These cars ain't going to be worth shit. Nobody's going to want a Toyota Supra from 1993
yeah.
or 1998, whatever.
JDS says that car is very sought after where he is.
But now Supras, Nissan Skylines,
Yeah,
certain Volkswagen Jettas from the '90s worth a lot of money, man. People would pay crazy amounts for them.
yeah. If you get the
Eh,
Jet GTI or even the Golf
Isn't
GTI.
that because everybody wants to go back to their history, you know?
In fact, Ford Capris are fetching like £9,000-10,000 now. And hell, they didn't even cost that much when they were new.
Well, it is. It's a nostalgia thing for some people. You're right,
Yeah.
Paul. Plus, those cars just make really good race cars. Like you can put a
Mhm.
lot of money into them and turn them into a really badass street racing car.
Yeah. And the other one, the Mitsubishi. Hell, what was it?
Oh, JDS, I would love to have a '90s box style Jetta, like the one that was in Fast and the Furious that Jesse drove in Fast and the Furious. Yeah, that's been my dream car forever. That car was badass.
Well, the Jetta was just a Volkswagen Golf with a boot.
Well, I just like that square body they had back in the
Yeah.
day. Like, have you seen Fast and the Furious? You remember the Jetta from the first movie?
Oh, I know what a Jetta looks like. My mate had one. Yeah.
I'm saying, but the way they had it decked out in the first
Right.
Fast and the Furious movie,
What
that
was
was
the what
all
was
for
the what
racing.
was the car that had the gull wings on it? It was all aluminum and it was built in the 80s.
Oh, that was the DeLorean.
They actually came
No,
out
that
with a new electric car.
that was actually stainless steel, not aluminium.
Oh yeah. My neighbor has one in his garage over here. He hasn't driven in 25 years.
It's the one
It's
out
actually,
of Back to the Future.
to be honest, it's actually the same exact style, body style, uh, build as the Cybertruck. That's what the Cybertruck's made out of.
Yeah, that's stainless steel. Yeah.
Because what they should have done on the Cybertruck is they should have went steel on the frame and aluminum on the body, but they did opposite.
Yeah.
They went steel on the body and aluminum on the frame, and now they're having issues with people bending the frames trying to pull shit.
Yeah. Body's too stiff.
Bricklin, yep, that's right.
But like me, I don't like too many classic. I think cars from the 50s and 60s are uglier than shit. That's just my opinion.
But the
Well,
average,
you could always tell some of the cars from that era. They had great big huge tail fins up in the air.
Oh yeah, like those cars, I can't stand those. I think
Yeah.
they're uglier than hell. I hate those
Like-
body style.
like the Fairlane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or the Cadillac had a big fins on the two sides.
Well, you can tell that with every decade of vehicles. About every decade, they start to change designs and You can definitely tell a difference between a 70s vehicle and a 50s vehicle, 100%.
Yeah.
Just by looking at the body styles that they did at each. It's about each decade they would kind of change it up on what they were doing. Oh yeah, I'm not denying the dependability of those vehicles, but they were just ugly. I never liked those kind of cars. I appreciate their classicness, of course, but I just wouldn't go out of my way to buy one and restore it. Like I said, there's a lot of people that grew up in the 90s like me now that are getting into their 40s, and now all the cars that they loved back when they were a kid now is nostalgia to them. And so some of those vehicles are worth money. But if I had to pick two vehicles that from the 80s and 90s I could buy and have all fixed up, souped up as a street racing car, it'd be another 85 Mustang hatchback. And it would be was it 1998 or 99 Volkswagen Jetta? I can't remember what year the box ones were in. I think it was the late 90s. Is that a 3-cylinder JDS? A little Geo Metros?
And we had a Metro, but that was made by Austin, British Leyland.
I know you could look it up, Justin. It would tell you.
I only
No.
asked him because he said there's 3 squirrels under the hood. So I assumed he was doing 1 squirrel per cylinder. That's how I came to that conclusion. I thought they had a 3-cylinder version of the Geo Metro. Let's see.
We're coming out with 3-cylinder cars now. The Seat I had was a 3-cylinder, 1 litre turbo. And that developed 115 horsepower.
Yeah, because that's the one I thought my dad had. So yeah, the Geo Metro was originally equipped with a 1.0-liter 3-cylinder engine. That's small. But back in the day, you were expectational fuel economy was getting over 40 to 50 miles a gallon. And you had a modest 55 horsepower. And then they came out with a 4-cylinder 1.3-liter.
Well, for around town, you don't
70
need
horsepower.
you don't need a lot of horsepower, right? You know, if all it is like a student driving it in town, you don't need a lot of horsepower.
And then they said the 3-cylinder engine was phased out with the final 2000 year model year being the last to offer it. Yeah, I thought they had a 3-cylinder one.
We had an MG version of the Metro where it was all souped up.
Yeah, so JDS has a 3-cylinder. He's at the 1.0-liter. That's a fucking small motor. But I mean, I guess gets you to point A to point B. You can't complain. My car's got a really small motor, but it's got hella good acceleration because the electric motors. When it uses the electric to take off. So
Yeah.
I can get up and go into traffic, no problem. Like I said, I don't think I could go back from a hybrid though, man. It's too good a gas mileage. I
Hmm.
don't think I'll ever go back to a regular car. I don't really like all electric because obviously a little bit more into that still, especially with the charging. Just because, you know, get like a fast charger put at your house isn't cheap. You have to have a 220 plug installed and all that shit. But I like the middle ground. I like having gas and electric. And it's nice when the gas charges the electric side of the car. Like my car goes back and forth. It will use electric for a little bit, you use gas for a little bit, which increases the gas mileage by a few hundred, like a couple hundred miles.
Hmm.
And then when you come to it, when you brake in my car, it has that dynamic braking. So when you brake, it puts some energy back into the battery
Yeah.
every time you brake, and it'll tell you what percentage you put in there. If you brake nice and easy, you'll get 100%. If you brake hard, it will only give you like 20%. So it
Hmm.
kind of teaches you to be easier on your brakes as well. So you're not hard braking all the time. Like mine has a plug on it, like you can plug it in and charge it if you want, but you don't have to. It's an option.
Hmm.
The only time I really plug it in is if we're like going somewhere the next day. It's a little bit of a drive. You know, fill up the gas can, plug it in overnight, let the battery fully charge. I didn't know they had a turbo on a Geo Metro. I want 1 liter motor kicking ass.
Well, the MG version was a 1.275, the 1275 engine that they used to put in the Mini Cooper. And that had a turbo on it.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I like Mini Coupes, especially the ones that got the turbos on them. Those are quick little cars, man. You can weave in and out of traffic with the fucking things.
Mm.
And I always kind of like the design of them too, the look of them. My car's real small though too. I can whip that bitch in and out of traffic pretty easy. Like I said, it has fast acceleration because of the electric motor, so it takes off pretty fucking quick. Like the cars that usually only beat me off the line at a red light are Teslas. They're a lot faster. But
Mm.
there's been a few times I took off next to a Mustang, messing around with them. We're both looking at each other, revving my little motor, revving the Mustang. We're both laughing and shit, and I just take off. And I'll get him the first like couple hundred yards, but then he'll blow past me after that. Yeah, because on average, we get about 600 miles to a tank of gas. To me, that's not bad at all. I can convert my Geo Metro to turbo for under $500. It's basically a blow dryer on the throttle body, fuel injector, single injector. Stick a fucking hair dryer in there. I like when people take little cars like little Priuses and shit or Geos and like real small cars like that, and they rip all the motor and everything out, and they'll put some ridiculous fucking motor in it, and you won't expect it. Like you think it's just a shitty ass little car, and then the fucking all of a sudden it's a sleeper vehicle. It just fucking takes the fuck off. I have seen those before. Imagine a Geo Metro on Nitro. Jesus Christ. Fucking blow your motor, probably. Thing ain't designed for that at all.
That's why Kleenex lotion tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation.
Yeah.
Whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. At Burger King,
So you need to do JDS, pull that motor out, put like find a good little like six cylinder or something that'll fit in there. Make you a little sleeper vehicle. Push a button, also a fucking blower comes up out of the hood. Up to the line. Dude in the Corvette's like, what the fuck?
JDS is enjoying the conversation, I can see.
Where'd you get this?
Oh. Brenda.
Justin took a donation for Thomas. Let me see. Okay, let me check real quick. I'll be able to let you know. Yep. Got it, Brenda. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I will let him know he'd be excited about that. Sarah said thank you. I'm gonna put some money on there for him when I get paid. I'm gonna do that on Wednesday. Yeah, it's going to a good program too. So
How long has he been in that program?
this will be his third year.
How long can you stay in the program?
The 4 years of your high school.
Oh,
So he's
say
only got one more year of it.
one more year and then he's out on. Well, is it his intention he's going to join the military?
I'm hoping so. But the three things they were raising money for, what Thomas was clarifying for me yesterday, because I wasn't sure exactly what they were raising it for. So it's for new uniforms. They need to get some awards made for the different students, like some plaques made, and then a couple of trips they're trying to fund for ROTC. So
Well, the Volkswagen thing, that was a weird looking effort.
The Volkswagen what?
Thing,
The thing.
yeah. It
Never
looked
heard of that.
it looked like an army vehicle they used to use in the desert. It is a
Volkswagen.
really strange looking car.
Looks like a Timu version of a Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you order a Jeep Wrangler off Timu, and that's what you get.
Yeah.
Not a bad. It's not too bad looking. I've definitely seen funnier looking cars. Actually, I don't mind the body style because I'm looking at it. I'd probably put a bigger motor in it and put some big off-road tires on it. Lift it just a little bit. Probably look pretty badass. Put a lift kit on it.
Turn it into a Hummer wannabe.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A little bit beefier tires. That's why I like Donald's buggy. I really do like his buggy. But me personally, if I had one, I would like it with more beefier off-road looking tires. That's just me though. I think it kind of fills out the fenders a little bit better.
Mm.
But obviously that's not his plan because he doesn't really want to take it off-road. He's more of a street type. But see, I wouldn't be buying it to have all the stock shit in it. I would, if I was buying a buggy like that to do it, it would definitely be something else being put under the hood.
Mm.
I'd want something with more power.
Well, they tend to be at the back, not under the hood.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could redesign the vehicle if you just wanted the frame of it though, or the body of it.
Mm.
Because you could put the body on something else if you could get it to fit right. Just drop
Yeah,
the body down on a frame and a motor of something else. I just like the body is what I would want, I guess, out of all of it.
yeah.
My uncle put a 65 Mustang on the top of a off 4x4 Toyota frame.
I think the other thing that was a bit similar to the Volkswagen thing was the Mini Moke. That was just like a shrunk down version of the Jeep.
See, because I don't know, I like to go on trails with off-road cars because that's what we did a lot in California. We go to up in the mountains a lot on different trails. We used to do a lot of 4x4 up in the mountains.
Mm.
Like where I lived from in California, I lived out in like Newberry Barstow area, but I could take to this day, I know all the trails back there. I could take you up on the mountains, take you over top of the mountains, back down the other side, and end up in Apple Valley, where Dre always talks about.
Mm.
I could end up in Apple Valley without ever touching an actual asphalt road, just all trails all the way there.
Mm.
I did it so many times when I was younger. I still remember the path to get there. We used to actually come out sometimes in Linwood, out right behind the mall, the Tanger Outlet Mall. We'd come out right behind the mall and right into their parking lot. Did you right off road?
Mm.
Just go over the curb right into the parking lot. I mean, granted, we could have just gotten a car and spent 25 minutes on the road or 20 minutes on the road and got there. You know, but we would take it and do like an hour and a half drive over the mountains. Bunch of Bunch of back trails. And you'd have to go through a couple of gates because they got wild cattle up in the mountains. But you're allowed to drive through them. They're just spring loaded gates. You just open them up, drive through, and then they'll spring back shut. Yeah, you used to see a lot of wild cattle up there. So you might run across a mountain lion or a bobcat once in a while. They wouldn't fuck with you if you were in a car, though. And you could go back up there and find old mines and go exploring if you wanted to. A bunch of old mines up there.
And I about kids that stops cancer from growing. Since then,
I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna go make some breakfast.
Okay, I think it's
still haven't
time to
made
close it
breakfast.
anyway. I was just gonna say, we've been on here all morning long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off and go make some breakfast real quick.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see